with Cuddy. Doing a bowler witch Town Hall 11 attack, and this is the attack the top three guys here. Our Town Hall 11s have been doing for a long time, and I think it's about time I make something because we have a lot of people that are going to be going to Town Hall 11. It's pretty soon here, so I want to give the fundamentals of the attack. Now they're going to show two different types of the attack, and I'm going to show Brad's type first. Brad's been doing this type for a long time. Now this base is terrible, he's attacking, but I want to show you as many attacks as I can, so I'm starting with this one. And even though this base is terrible, the fundamentals are the same, and here's what the fundamentals are. So you never want to come in between the two infernos, because you never want your army to be getting hit by both infernos at the same time. So you always want to come at an inferno head on, so then you encounter them one at a time. That is extremely important. When attacks go in between, they fail just about all the time on any attack, it seems. So that's the first thing. Second thing is that the spells, you can take 3 jump. People are scared they think jumps like a waste. This attack, you need to get to the second or backside inferno as fast as you can. If that means bring 3 jumps, bring 3 jumps. You're better off bringing 3 jumps and 2 rages, or excuse me, and 3 rages, and skipping the freeze and the heal. It doesn't matter if you can get to them fast. In fact, our bases are very, very complicated, and the people that have 3-starred it, almost all of them have brought 3 jumps, so don't be scared of that. If you do not need to bring 3 jumps, like for instance this base, you don't need 3 jumps. If you want to bring a freeze, like Brad could have brought all rages and a freeze, but if you want to bring a freeze, you can do that, but only if you have 2 multi-infernos. If one of them is a single, you're better off with a heal, and you put your heal spell on the single inferno, and you'll always want to use your warden to engage the first inferno. That's like your freeze spell, sort of, but it's even better than a freeze spell because you ideally want to engage the inferno that you think has bombs around it. That's perfect, because then you can take care of the inferno and the bombs won't even hurt you. But like I said, this base is terrible. So basically what Brad always does is, the other important thing is you need to make your funnel. He always starts with his giants, and what he does is he'll do 5 bowlers. He just four stacks of 5 bowlers, and then he'll do behind the bowlers 2 witches. So he'll do 2 witches on the outside and 3 on the inside, I believe. Yeah. So ideally what he wants to happen is he wants the inside to go here and then these outside forces to go outside. And with these bow witch attacks, you always want an outside force to go around, and just ignore it, it'll do its job. But you want the inside force getting in, and ideally this outside force is going to make your funnels here on these stupid square bases, so everything goes in the middle. Now he cores out the middle, but his main force dies, which is fine because his outside force still, in a base like this, it destroys it. So again, he's got his guys going in. He's going to use his ability because he's on the first inferno. There's no bombs there, but the guy didn't put any bombs there. He's going to put his poison on the CC. He's got his backside freeze. Probably could have done that earlier. Now everything walks, which is fine because he's got the things going around the sides to finish off the base. Now Brad's been doing this attack for a long time. Now ideally we probably, this war was over You know, he may not have used this attack. He may have used the Valk attack on a stupid box Chinese base like this, but he just forced it, and it still works. Alright, let's go to the next attack. Okay, so now this base is a little more complicated. And if you notice, he does not bring a freeze or heal. So you do not need a freeze or heal for all of these bases, you know. And you want to make sure, though, that you do not come in between these infernos, or you will get roasted in either of these spots. You need to come from here, or you need to come from here. Now, again, ideally, you want to use your 3 jumps to get to the infernos as fast as you can. You need to rage basically through the middle of the space, getting to each inferno as fast as you can. You want to utilize your warden on the first ability, and you do want troops to go around the end. So let's see what he does. Now Brad always again does his patented giants, and then makes his funnel with stuff. Because he drops his jumps, he drops his first 2, and he's got his 4 stacks of 5, and he's got his witches behind. Again, the outside makes his funnel, the inside gets into the middle, even though, you know, some of it lags behind and some of it actually did go around. He's using his ability in a perfect spot because he's got the Inferno and the CC he's protected from. He's got his last jump down, rages through the middle. He's got his stuff going down the sides. Giants set off all the bombs. Now some people use golems, but Brad and Top Dog, and I'm definitely leaning this way as well, think that giants are the way to go, because I've used golems in the past and the golems get stuck, whereas the giants will keep going because giants are targeting always defenses, but I've seen golems sit there on walls and not do anything, and that's cost me attacks. So, you know, going with the giants it might be the way to go. Okay, so this is a variation of Brad's attack, and I've been having a lot of success from it. And where we got it from is we went against this total freaking cheating clan. I mean, they had like 8 or 9 Town Hall 11s. Some of them were at the bottom of the map with like max troops and like no defenses against our 3 Town Hall 11s, and they beat us. But what I was amazed by is they had a couple Town Hall 11s. There was one Town Hall 11 that had like level 18 and 17 heroes for like all 3 of them. And they 3-starred our bases with them. And they did it with this attack. And basically it's the same concept as Brad's, except you have 2 healers on the outside to keep your outside up. And sometimes these guys, the healers went into the middle because it just moved, and sometimes it didn't. So again, you're attacking the Infernos. Now in this case I have a single Inferno, so I brought a heal, and ideally the heal is going to go somewhere in the middle because there's probably bombs in there and a single Inferno's over there. But you have to attack the multi first, because then the heal won't be any good. So here we go. And the thing about this attack is I always start off on the sides. So you have to make your funnel. So I start off with 3 witches, healers, and then 3 witches, healers, and then like 3 bowlers. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And that's how I make my funnel. Now, I wanted them to go around, but you could have it gotten it to where one of these groups, maybe some of them staggered in. Sometimes that happens. So you start with the giants, got my jump spell, got my second jump spell. So now I've got my access, And what you want is you want your access to each inferno. So here I can get into here or here, and my bowler should be able to kill that single inferno. And now I've got my rages. One. You're raging just directly through the base, one after the other. I mean, don't even wait. See that I got the bomb and the inferno on that. Next rage, boom. Now the stupid king got out in front. Now I got my heals on the Tesla farm. And I got my last rage. And the base is done. If you look down the sides of the base, look at that. Those two side flanks, I mean, all three witches are alive on the top end. I think two are on the bottom end, but all three of my bowlers are alive on both ends. Oh no, the two on the top. But I mean, they just go down and they just literally walk down the sides of the base. And these guys, you know, where this attack messes up is you just pick a wrong spot. Now I came in on the side. Look at where all the bombs are. And that's where I use my queen ability, or my warden ability, excuse me. Where this attack fails is like if I picked this side, and I didn't know where the bombs are. This is the first time I think we attacked this base. If you know where the bombs are, that's better, then you know where to attack from. But if I would attack from this side, and my army sort of walked into these bombs, then it could have failed. But if you pick right, I mean on the bombs, you won't fail in this attack. Very rarely will you fail. Especially if you have lower heroes. So